Hey everybody. Today I'm working on a 2014 Ford Festiva 1.6 liter. Says it right there, 1.6 liter. And this car had a P0443, which I've never seen before, which is something to do with the purge control solenoid. So I got the wire diagram out and started checking this thing out, and the purple and the green wire run over here to this fuse here. So I checked that fuse to make sure it was okay. Got my test light hooked up, and while I was probing the wire here around back, I was getting no 12 volts. Then all of a sudden, when I wiggled it, I had 12 volts. So then I pulled on the wire and it snapped off right there. This wiring takes a pretty hard turn out of this connector and on down to the wire harness, and I wouldn't be surprised that this thing here is coming real close to the hood and maybe hitting on the hood. So on this car here, it has got a broken wire. I'm going to try to get this connector apart to fix this broken wire. Hopefully this wire isn't broken. It doesn't feel like it. I just yanked on this wire a little bit. You can see that end there, how it's kind of turning white, because that's where it was broken, probably from the engine moving back and forth. So we're going to try to take this one apart and repair this broken wire. So if you ever get a P0443, check for broken wires at this connector. I've never ever had a 443 before. This is the first time. So I do believe this is going to fix this car. It was intermittent 12 volts to the solenoid for the purge solenoid. All right, everybody. I hope this helps everybody out. All right, I'm back on this 2014 Festiva, whatever they're called. And anyway, I could not get the wires out of that connector. And when I was trying to get that one wire out, this wire also broke on me. So luckily, we were able to get a new pigtail for this that I can solder it on. If anybody needs the part number for this pigtail, there's the part number for the pigtail. It's a Motorcraft. This came probably out of Baltimore, the Baltimore warehouse, because nobody had it in stock. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and trim these wires back some, make sure I have good wire, and then we'll trim this, solder it. The kit came with a heat shrink that I just dropped all over the place. The kit did come with pieces of heat shrink. There they are. 2 liter heat shrink, the new connector. We're going to cut the wires off. We don't need them that long. We're going to cut them off, and we're going to solder the wires and heat shrink everything up, and this one should be fixed. Alrighty, as you can see, I've got my wires all set up. What I did, I put a little flux placed on the wires. I just took the wires and twisted them together. Now I'm going to take my butane soldering gun, and I'm just going to go ahead and get the wires hot. And flow the solder in. Same thing over here. Get the wires hot and flow the solder into the wires. That one turned out really good. I don't know what's going on with this one. Let me heat this one up again. There we go. All right. Let those cool off a little bit. And I made sure that the bottom wire went to the white wire and the top one went to the other one. So now what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and slide the heat shrink tube down and center it on both of them. But what I like about this soldering gun is it has an exhaust right there, so I can take and use that exhaust to shrink the heat shrink tubing. This was some really, really big heat shrink tubing that Ford sent in the package, so it's going to probably take a lot to melt down. I hope it melts down. That's what they provided. There we go. It's shrinking down. That end here actually melted like glue pouring out of it. if you see that one right there. See how the glue came out of it to make it a watertight seal. So I'm going to go ahead and finish heat shrinking all these wires down, and hopefully this will fix this car. I'll come back. I have some nice wire loom that I'll put on this and make it look all nice and pretty. And this one hopefully will be done, but if not, I'll come back and share more. So here's another look at that heat shrink tubing that Ford gave me. It actually melts out like a glue gun. And man, that really has sealed the wires up really good. So now I have a box of wire covering that I'll cover the wires up, make it all look nice and pretty, and we'll come back and see if it takes care of the problem. All right, everybody, here's the repair done. I put my shielding wire protector on, taped it to this end, taped it to this end, and it should have enough place and maybe it won't break. Now we cleared the code. We're gonna go take a road test. Before the light was coming on, you know, not even a half mile. So let's go see if it works. Alrighty, we're back in the Ford Festiva, and we drove it 6 miles, and got my little pocket scanner hooked up to it. 0 codes, mills off. Monitors, it reset all the monitors except for one, which of course is the Evap. But now the check engine light was coming on immediately. So this one's done. So if you have a code P0443, which is a circuit code for the purge valve solenoid, most likely one of the wires or both of the wires are broken at the purge solenoid. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and we'll catch you all later.